Hey everyone, I'm Laura from Cherubs Chalks Interiors. Welcome to our channel where today I'm going to be working on a piece for our own home. As soon as I saw this vintage secretary desk, I fell in love, even with that dark varnish. But I knew that with a little bit of love and TLC, it had the potential to be absolutely gorgeous. Here is the before. It's quite an unusual piece made from solid oak with these lovely glass doors on the top. As soon as I set eyes on it, I knew I had to do something special with it. Before I start any project, I always give it a good vacuum. There's always lots of spider webs lurking underneath and lots of dust inside the cupboards. It's best to get rid of this before you start to clean. Next job is to clean with white lightening. So I've mixed some of this up in a spray bottle. I then spray this all over the piece and give it a good scrub. Vintage furniture is often more dirty than it first appears, and it's important to remove all of that dirt so that your paint can adhere properly. To finish, I rinse the whole piece with water. This will remove all of the white lightening residue. Now the piece is clean, I'm going to give it a good sand. I love the oak wood grain on the outside of this piece, so my plan is to leave this exposed and then stain it. This means that I need to remove all of the existing varnish and sand the wood with varying grits of sandpaper to make sure that it's a nice smooth finish. I often start with an 80 grit, then a 120, then a 240 and then finish off with a 320, which will leave the wood buttery soft. I am going to paint the inside, and being as oak is known to be a bleeder, I'm going to seal and prime the wood with Boss, which is a stain blocker. Boss comes in 3 different shades: white, grey and clear. I've chosen white today as this will help to transition from the dark wood to the pale paint colour that I've chosen, and should also mean that I can use less coats of paint for full coverage. I apply 2 coats of Boss with a premium chip brush, waiting for it to fully dry in between coats and then leaving for 24 hours before I apply the paint. So I've come back the next day with my Burlap, which is a lovely neutral shade from the chalk mineral paint line. I've also got a flat medium brush with the synthetic bristles. This is going to give me a lovely smooth finish with the paint. I will now apply 2 coats of Burlap on the inside. Now it's time to start staining the outside. I've chosen Dixie Belle's Voodoo Gel Stain in Au Naturel. This is my favourite shade. I always start by misting the wood with some water in my spray bottle. This will help the stain absorb into the wood. I then apply the stain using my blue sponge, wiping on in thin even coats. The beauty of this product is that it's buildable, so that you can apply as many coats as you want, depending on the coverage you are looking for. The Au Naturel shade is perfect for knocking back any orange tones in the wood and giving a gorgeous bleached effect. For any of the more intricate detailing where you can't quite get in with the sponge, I'll just use a small oval brush to apply the stain and then use the sponge to even this out. I'm now going to stencil the inside of the drop down desk section. I'm using the retro lattice stencil along with some more burlap and my best glam brush. I'm just applying a small amount at each time and stippling this on for a subtle yet special finishing touch. Now I've finished applying my stain and my paint, I'm going to seal this all in with some satin clear coat. This will protect the paint and make it water resistant so that you're able to clean the furniture without damaging the paintwork. Now I definitely need to do something about these handles. I did give them a good clean before I put them back on, but they're looking really dull and old. So I'm going to give them a little zhuzh by adding some bronze gilding wax. I'm applying this with an artist brush before I leave it to dry for a few minutes and then buff off the excess. And here she is, finished and ready to be photographed. That gorgeous oak wood grain deserved to be made a feature of, and I think that this shade of gel stain complements it perfectly. And I just love this special surprise stencil when you open the drop down desk section. Thank you for joining us with our latest project. I hope that you enjoyed the transformation. If you would like to follow us for more inspiration, you can go and find us on all of the social media platforms at Cherubs Chalks Interiors. We'd also love it if you could subscribe here on our channel so that you will get notified when we post our next video. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time around.